What happens when a sudden question is asked to you in a meeting or a conference and you are not prepared for that question? What happens to you? Do you start answering and then you go on rambling without actually coming to the point? Or do you freeze and are not able to answer the question and somebody else answers the question for you? A number of senior and mid level executives ask me these questions: how to handle a situation when a question is asked for which I am not prepared. What to do when asked a question under pressure. How to handle that. I get nervous and I don't know how to answer. A number of thoughts going on and I'm not able to articulate that. See, this is not because you do not know the answer. You know the answer and your mind is working on it. The thing is, when this happens, you get nervous. And the second thing is that you are not able to think in frameworks, clear frameworks, which will help you put your answer in an articulate fashion. This and therefore this and therefore this. That a clear articulation is required, which happens when you are able to think in frameworks. So you'll be able to answer a question even when asked suddenly if you are able to deal with the nervousness in that moment. And second, if you're able to think and answer in frameworks. So how to answer a question which has taken you by surprise, which has come to you all of a sudden and you don't know how to deal with it because you are not prepared. See, your mind is a powerful machine. Give it a moment at that point in time when the question is being asked, and within a second or two, your mind will be prepared with the answer. So how to take this little moment for yourself? Here are two quick tips. One, they'll always be in a meeting or when you are in a conference, you will have a cup or a glass of water in front of you. Pick that cup up, drink a sip of water. Have a sip of water. This will give you 4 to 5 seconds to think. And the mind is such a powerful machine, much more powerful than a computer. You will be able to frame your answer well within these few seconds and you will be able to answer. Number 2, breathe deep. Take a moment. Take a couple of deep breaths before answering. While you are taking the breaths, your mind will prepare your answer. So 2 quick tips. Nature has given us these 2 powerful things which are free, which are abundant, which are always there for us. And these are the most valuable things and you can use them anywhere, even in communication. Have a couple of sips of water or have a couple of deep breaths, and within these few seconds, you will be able to frame your answer. How else to deal with your nervousness? If you think the question is really complex and you need to answer it well and you haven't had the time to prepare it and you need to answer the question in that meeting, I even tell senior and mid-level professionals to ask for some time. Tell them, I would really want to answer this question well because it is so important. Give me a few more moments to jot my points down so that I can come back and explain it to you well. In the meanwhile, maybe we can discuss this on the agenda and then I will come back and explain this to you. When you do this, when you take time, people don't think that you don't know the answer. When you do this, people take you even more seriously because they see that you are taking it seriously, that you are thinking well before answering the question. Nervousness before speaking is normal and natural. For 15 years or more, it has been my job to speak. But in spite of that, every time I go before an audience to speak, I still, even till this date, I feel a bit of nervousness. Big celebrities, people whose job it is to be on the stage, to perform before people, to speak before lots of people, even they feel a little bit of nervousness. Feeling nervous before speaking is absolutely okay. How to deal with nervousness? If that is your question, please go to the link in the description below. I have given you the link for my free course, How to Overcome the Fear of Public Speaking. There are 4 sections in this course in which I tell you the strategy and also some quick tips on how to deal with fear or nervousness when you're going to speak. So click on the link and have access to that free course. When put on the spot with a sudden question for which you are not prepared, with a difficult question, which it might be a bit difficult to answer, I'm going to share with you 3 frameworks in this video. Be there till the end and learn each of these frameworks. When you have mastered these frameworks, it will be very, very easy for you to answer any question, and you will sound articulate, you will sound confident, and you will be able to convince the other person of your mastery over the situation. So first of these frameworks is what, why, and how. Supposing you are part of a big project that your company has taken and there are various cross-functional teams working on it, and somehow the project is not meeting its deadline, the date that you had promised for the client or the date that you had promised for your own company, those dates are being missed, and the top management is upset and angry about this. And in the meeting, they have asked you what is happening and why are we not able to do this, and how are we going to this? So one way, naturally, it is a difficult question. The situation is difficult. And so what you might do is, and I've done that, the situation is that we have not been able to fulfill the deadline. And, we do not know how many problems are there. There are many, many problems. We cannot put the finger on any of the problems, but we are looking into it and we'll be able to manage somehow. I'll get back to you in a week on this. This does not convince anyone. This makes you look like you are not confident, you are not in control of the situation. You know the answer, you know there are certain problems, and you also know how to handle those problems. Now, using a simple communication framework, which I call the WWH framework, the what, why, and how framework, same situation, you will be able to frame it better. Just listen to this. Now I am using the what, why, and how framework, and let me answer this for you by using this simple framework. What's happening is that we are missing deadlines. We are missing deadlines because there are various steps involved in this complex project, and cross-functional teams are working on it. There are no fixed accountability for each step, and therefore teams are blaming each other. How can we resolve this? We can resolve this by fixing accountability for each step on a single person within each team according to their roles. See how clearly I have explained this, saying the same thing in a simple, convincing manner, and I now seem completely in control of the situation. The problem is there. The problem has not been resolved, but I've been able to convince that this problem can be resolved. What have I done? I have described the situation by saying what is happening is that we are missing deadlines. Why are we missing deadlines? Accountability not clear for each step in the cross-functional teams. How we can do is, let us start and fixed accountability. So this is a simple framework, what, why, and how. Where can we use this what, why, and how framework? Whenever there is a problem and you need to explain what is happening and how we can resolve this situation, you can use what, why, and how. What's going on? What should we do? All these questions can be answered by using the WWH formula. Love this? Okay, the 2 more frameworks that I'm going to share with you today. The second one of this is the STAR framework. STAR means situation, task, action, result. So how and when to use the STAR framework? The STAR is also when there is a problem and you need to resolve it. You need to convince the senior management that this is how we are going to resolve it, or this is the solution that you are offering. Or this can work even in an interview when you want to highlight how you solved a big problem in your previous position, in your previous role, or in a particular situation. And you will be able to convince the interview panel about your capability to handle problems well, about your capability in your specific field. So supposing there is a situation where your team is losing business to the competition, and you've been put on the spot by the top management asking why is it that we are losing business to the competition. You can start by saying, so when you do not have a framework, you will say, okay, actually there are many issues. Competition is doing it faster. We do not know why we are not doing it, but probably we are not able to manage the task. Something is happening. I am thinking of a solution which will reduce delays. I am working on this, but I do not know when we'll be able to do this. See, I am trying to answer. There is something in my mind, but the way I'm coming out now is not convincing. Now I will use the STAR framework describing the situation. In this situation, what is my task? That is T. What are the actions that we'll be taking and what will be the result of this? So I'll say, so in this situation, the reason why we are losing business to competition is competition has come up with the technology due to which they are able to reduce their turnaround time by 1 day. This is the situation. Now, what we need to do is we need to find out which of the steps we can reduce, and we are working on it. And if we are able to work on that, we'll be able to reduce delays, and we'll be able to reduce delay by 1 day also. So we'll be at par with the competition. See, the situation, the task, the action, and the result. Simple STAR framework, and I've been able to convince people. And I look so confident while I am doing it. The situation is still the same, but the way I communicate it, I give a level of comfort to my seniors. I'm able to convince that I'm in control of the situation and will be able to find a solution. A number of times, even though you are in control of the situation and when you communicate well, you are able to build the trust. Now, the third framework that I want to share with you is 1-2-3 framework. And 1-2-3 framework can be used for absolutely any question in any place. What do I mean by 1-2-3? 1 means you share one idea. So this is my one idea for this situation. What are the 2 reasons that I am suggesting this idea? And what are the 3 actions that we can take to fulfill this idea? So, for example, you can see that some of the results are not coming well, and you feel that the team is not working well enough, and you think that this can be made better. Supposing there's a general question from the team or from the seniors, from peers, how we can do it better, you will say, okay, I think, the team is not working well. There needs to be better alignment with the team, within the team. How we can do that? Maybe, we can meet more often and all of that. Now, if you say the same thing, instead of saying it in this way, where nothing has become clear, the same thing, if you can say it in a framework, you make your point very clear. I recommend one thing and one thing only. That one thing which I recommend is strengthening team communication. How can we strengthen team communication? Why do we need to strengthen team communication? 1, it builds rapport, and therefore everyone knows where we are and what to do. And number 2, it increases productivity. When the team is aligned with each other, they work together, the productivity is much more. How can we do that? So we can do it in 3 ways. Number 1, let us have a daily huddle. Number 2, let us have feedback loops. Whenever somebody is doing something, let them feedback the other people who are in the group. So everyone knows where we are, everyone is on the same page. And the third thing, let us have informal get-togethers, maybe once in a month. Even that would be good enough. I recommend strengthening team communication. See, simple 1-2-3 framework, and I have made my idea very clear. Strengthen team communications. What are the reasons and how to do it? You know it, but the way you communicate is very important. And in the link, you will also find my PDF, a document where I've shared with you 5 frameworks, how to use it with examples and where to use it. Go ahead, make the most of it. And in no situation, wherever a question is asked, you will be able to answer the question well. Do you want to learn ways in which you can answer any difficult question well? You will never feel that you're on the spot. Even when you are not prepared with the answer, you will be able to not only articulate, but you will be able to convince the people who are in front of you. Go ahead, do this.